farmers all across the country are harvesting their best fall produce. So this week, we're going to show you how to use all those amazing ingredients. Here to get us started is Jenne Claiborne, the vegan food blogger behind Sweet Potato Soul. She's got two recipes, one sweet and one savory, that you can use making sweet potatoes. Jenne, good to see you again.
Good to see you again, too.
I was so thrilled when I saw this because my dad, God rest his soul, used to make cinnamon buns.
Oh, no.
And there was nothing better than opening that door to our apartment and smelling the smell of those cinnamon buns baking.
Oh, they have the best smell.
But you've got a secret ingredient as we look at the grid.
Yes, we do.
Sweet potatoes.
That's right. And these are vegan, so we're not going to use real eggs. We're going to make a flax egg.
Wow.
So we've got flaxseed, we've got the sweet potato, we've also got some vegan butter we're using.
And flaxseed's really good for you, too,
Isn't
right?
it? It's very good for you. High in omega-3s and everything. And it also helps to hold these together.
Okay.
So the first thing I like to do is start with this flaxseed. So we got ground flax seeds here. We just add some water to this. And this, after you let it sit for a couple minutes, will thicken up and will become an egg consistency, just like that.
Interesting, okay.
And then over here, we've got some Earth Balance, which is vegan butter, or it doesn't really matter what brand, but vegan butter and some soy milk, and we just want to melt that together, and that is going to go into our flour mixture, and you can pour that in there.
Okay.
Yes, and in addition to that, we're going to also add some water. Of course, it's very important to add your yeast, because the yeast is going to help for this to rise, be chewy, and be the right delicious flavor.
So you just sprinkle it in?
Just throw that in there.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then salt?
And a little bit of sea salt.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And a little bit of sugar.
Yep.
Yep. And of course, you can't forget your vegan egg.
Your vegan egg.
Flaxseed.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I like to think of that as.
Now, what's the secret to making sure your dough rises?
Well, definitely you need to make sure that your liquid that goes in is warm enough with the yeast, because it needs to be able to activate it. The sugar also has to be in there, because that sugar is what feeds the yeast.
Right.
And then you've got to knead your dough. So kneading the dough is what's going to help the gluten develop, and it's going to be nice and chewy and the right texture.
Can you over-knead?
You can over-knead, so you don't want to go for too long. I do mine for about 3 to 5 minutes.
So remember, Tamron, you can't be too needy.
You can't be too needy.
You can knead a lot of dough, though.
And so actually, we're going to put this in here, and we're going to let it sit for about 1 hour.
Right.
And we're going to give it time to rise, and it's going to double in size. And that is what this is. It's doubled in size. Now, listen, while you're waiting for that to double, you can make the filling. So for the filling, we're going to use some brown sugar and some cinnamon. All right? And now, if you want, you can stir that up.
Okay.
Now, another alternative to the brown sugar is you could use coconut sugar, or you can mix them. Coconut sugar is lower in glycemic.
I've never had coconut sugar.
I've never.
It's very tasty, and it's also got a rich flavor.
Does it taste like sugar?
Yeah, taste it.
Or like coconut sugar?
It's a little different, right?
Yeah.
But it's delicious.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Oh, my
Keeping it real. I mean, listen, I think he's honest.
He's being honest.
Okay.
So we're going to stick with the brown sugar today.
Today's brown sugar day.
Right, brown sugar day. And so what you've got to do after that dough is risen, you're going to lay it out on a nice flat surface, and you want to roll it flat, just like your daddy did, all right?
Yep.
And of course, you probably did this also with your father. You're going to paint that vegan butter on.
What's in vegan butter?
A blend of oil.
Vegans.
Vegans.
They make it out of vegans.
No.
Oil? Is this different, like vegetable oil?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's non-hydrogenated, so it's different from margarine. It's supposed to be a little healthier.
And then we're going to sprinkle?
Sprinkle that brown sugar on. And, of course, we've got pecans. I think it's really important to have the pecans in there for nice texture, also flavor.
And you're going to roll that up.
Yeah.
And we cut it up.
Yeah. So you roll it very tightly.
Where's the sweet potato come in?
We're going to make that for the icing has the
glaze?
sweet potato. So I already put the sweet potato here, and I'm just going to add, you're going to add your, oh my goodness, powdered sugar. It gets a little messy.
But it'll end up looking like this.
It'll end up looking like this.
And then the glaze.
Right. How about you pour that on there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, what I would do is I would double this
effects
so
from the
that you could put extra.
Yes, absolutely. You did such a good job, though.
Thank you, Jenne.
And it ends up looking like that.
And we got the recipe for the sweet potato mac and cheese on our website as well. Go to today.com/food for these sweet and savory recipes. Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.